Hello, literature lovers. Today I am discussing Crime and Punishment. It's a Russian novel by author Fyodor Dostoevsky. If you see the name, it ends with SKY. So, SKY actually is a name that symbolizes boy. Only the boys get this ending SKY. I'm not much aware of Russian language, but it was something that I was aware of and I thought I must share it with you. So, it's in Russian language. The name is now talking about the author. You can see he belongs to that lower middle class family in Moscow, the son of a former army surgeon. So the upbringing is quite good. Still, there is always a very common thing that I find in so many authors that they all belong to a poor family or they have some disastrous things in their past. That is the reason why they led the life of problems, and that is what reflected in their work. Not talking about his works, he was really great as an author. I personally adore him, and I'm sure you must be aware of his works. It's really legendary works. And talking about Crime and Punishment, it's a great novel by this Russian gentleman, and it was first published in literary journal the Russian Messenger, and talking about it in detail. And it was later published, and talking about the personal life of the author is also quite controversial. And it's important to tell you that Crime and Punishment is considered the first great novel of his mature period of writing. And it is claimed that in world literature it is really superior. It really claimed a lot. Talking about that culture, since Russia is so concise and so into it, so it is difficult to understand how the Russian people live, and we are not much aware of it because of the language gap. So whenever we get something about Russia, I'm sure you must grab it, since their idea, and especially here the idea was about the period of 1865, so it is so difficult to get attached to it. And you can find the movie based on it also. It was really drastic, and then crime is there and related to it, how the trauma is there, the drunkenness, and all the things are around it, themes of crime and the family foundation. The whole culture is quite different, man. I cannot familiarize with that culture, and I'm not aware of that scenario, how people think and do things in that particular area and at particular that time period. It's like moving into some different world. And talking about Russia is so on together, it's almost on that part of the earth which we are not much aware of. Russia is not so open, it is uh, that. And talking about the money and creditors, or how the brother is there, and the story is quite detailed. And not to forget Tolstoy and Ivan also like it. Both of them are similar, and the characters, the names are there which really intrigue you. Talking about the Soviet Union and times and their works, all of them are so different, and all together they are part of it. I'm sure you will definitely like the work. I personally adore it. How the things are, the pawnbroker, all the characters are so intriguing and different. the storyline. If you get a chance, watch the movie, you will get the idea and you will definitely like it, I'm sure. And it is the novel is divided into six parts. That is special, and it is an within it is there is an epilogue also, and it's the different technique is used, and I'm sure you will like the technique too. All of them are different, and parts are there, and the composition is quite balanced, and there are episodic throughout the six parts, and the recurrence of these episodes in the two halves of the novel. Different critics have said that the seventh part of the novel is the epilogue part, and that attract much attention and controversy. Critics have different opinion that the final pages are superfluous. Some say that it is anticlimactic. All of them have different opinions related to it. I'm sure you will like it. Thanks.